Hey, everybody. Welcome to your Wednesday Word of Grace. This is my dog, Toby. This is what I see when I walk into my house on a typical afternoon like this. And then I look around and I see, oh, look, yep, there's some clothes, pajamas laid around, a little Christmas tree in the corner, a half dying flower, some reverse Advent calendar food we haven't put in yet. The table is half cleared and half a mess. There's dishes to be done. There's last night's drive-through dinner to throw away and clean up. We've got a few dishes done. I think I did those maybe a week ago, and they're still waiting to be put away. Here's Ben's nativity out for the season, ready to be played with, sitting on the piano, covered with other things, family pictures, decorations that the toddler has pulled from their place, toys, lights, oh, more piles, more dishes, more life, a carpet that I'm supposed to vacuum every week that hasn't been vacuumed in I don't know how long. And then there's a Christmas tree with things like crosses on it and an angel on top and other ornaments and chrismons, a little church someone gave us. And suddenly all that mess around in the twinkling lights and with the ornaments somehow reminds me that it's okay that there's some mess in my life. It's okay that it's not always picked up. It's not always perfect. I don't have a Better Homes and Gardens living room every day. I don't have perfectly decorated shelves. I don't have every spot and item perfectly cleared away. I don't have it all together. I don't do everything I'm supposed to do every day. I am not perfect. I'm not perfect by a worldly standard, let alone by a godly standard. And yet, I know this: I am deeply loved. That's your word of grace for today, friends. That even in all of your imperfection, even in all of the ways that you fail to live up to world standards, other standards, even God's standard, you are still deeply loved in the midst of that imperfection. And it goes even farther than that, because not only am I loved in my imperfection, I mean, we can love, we can like, we can tolerate people that are imperfect, but God decided that my imperfect was an imperfect that God wanted to use to bring about God's perfect kingdom in the world. Now, how is that even possible? Paul talks about this. You know, the guy Saul that became Paul, one of the great missionaries and sharers of the gospel, one of the great teachers of how to live in Christian community. Yeah, Paul wasn't perfect either. Paul didn't have it all together. Paul's life was all kinds of imperfections, and it was the very kind of life that was the opposite of what he thought life was supposed to be after he encountered Jesus. And in a revelation, as Paul is praying about some of the imperfections in his life, God speaks to him and says, "My strength is made perfect in weakness." Friends, this is often a time of year where we do a lot more pretending than we do at other times of year. We do the pretending because we're going to be around people that we're not around very often. We're going to be around family who we care about a lot. We're going to try and present the best possible face. And so we pretend or to put it in harsher terms, we straight up lie about who we are and what we think and what we believe and how we live. And we present this facade that our lives are altogether perfect, that the floor is always vacuumed, that we always have every shelf in the house neatly decorated with knickknacks and perfectly dusted. And for some of you, that is your reality. And if it is, good for you. But we all have those places where the dust settles, where we don't pay attention to things that really matter, where relationships aren't what they're supposed to be, and where we frankly pretend to be someone that we're not in order to please people. The beauty of God's gift to us in Jesus Christ is that we don't have to be perfect in order to be accepted, that we don't have to have it all together in order for God to love us. And I hope that your Christmas tree, like mine, is a wonderful reminder of that, in the ornaments that remind you of God's coming to earth as a baby, in the angelic proclamation given to shepherds, the least and the lowest of those in society, in the ornaments that have been given to you by friends and family who love you for who you are, or even if you don't think they do, loved you enough to give you something that they hope that you'll hang up at least once a year and remember that they care a little bit. They care at least a little bit. I hope your tree is full of those kinds of memories, and that no matter what other chaos you have going on in your life, either internally, relationally, or in a mess with a dog on the floor, that you'll hear this good news. God, in perfect love, wants to use you in imperfection to do a wondrous thing in the world. And God is going to do it. The one who began a good work in you will bring it to completion. Thanks be to God. So today, you have my permission. Be imperfect. Be honest about it. Live in your imperfection. Don't take just the perfect, pretty pictures with just the right filters to post on Facebook or Instagram. Don't feel like you have to edit every word and try every different way to present the right face to make sure that everybody will like you. Instead, trust that with God, and hopefully with some other people in your life, you are loved in all your imperfections. And that is precisely who God is using to make into the person God created and to do a good work in the world. Blessings on all of you. And Lauren, if you see this, I'm sorry. I should have talked to you about it first. But guess what? I'm imperfect. I love you all. Talk to you soon. Bye.